What's up, everybody? Welcome to Among the Fins. My name is Aaron, and it's time for New Music Friday. Going to be taking a look at some of the new releases coming out throughout the week of January 18th, give my personal thoughts and opinions on what I think we could expect from some of these new releases. And as always, if I miss something that you're looking forward to, don't forget to leave a comment below letting me know what it is. Also, let me know what you want me to review next. And if you enjoy this video, you want to continue to see more of me, don't forget to give this video a like. It does a lot for YouTube's algorithm, and it'll keep YouTube recommended me in the recommended section on your YouTube feed, and it does a lot for my channel. Even if you don't want to subscribe and all that, just giving it a like is just, yeah, it's amazing how much such a simple thing can do. But anyways, let's talk about some new music. We get a new album from Tenside titled Come Alive Dying. This is the 8th studio album from the German band. I gotta admit, I'm not super familiar with their music. However, I do enjoy them. Their mixture of metalcore, thrash, and a little bit of groove metal here and there. It just, I don't know, it always stands out to me. Their sound has been going a little bit more into the mainstream sound, which I'm not really a huge fan of, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, it's like they're tiptoeing around it. Like, I don't, if you've listened to any of their more recent stuff, that's basically the best way to describe it. It's like they have this mainstream kind of feel to this radio metalcore feel to it, but at the same time, you're like, I don't know, it still is good. It has some good riffs. It still has some good vocals. However, the lyrics are a little cheesy at times, but then they're really aggressive too. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to feel about this one. I'm sure there's going to be some bangers on it. I didn't listen to any of the singles because I'm not really that much into singles. I typically don't care for them. I'm more of a full album kind of guy. So yeah, I'm not going to listen to the singles and try and judge this album off of that. I'm going to wait until the whole thing comes out. And then we also have a new album from Neck Deep. It is their self-titled album. I had a really hard time getting into this band lately. I was very unimpressed with their last album. All distortions are intentional. I don't know. They just seem like they've lost so much originality lately in terms of songwriting and vocals and just their overall sound. They just, I don't know, when you think of the most basic like pop punk band, I mean, they even incorporate some easycore, and it sounds like old school, like, I don't know, just the old school stuff. And it not in like a good nostalgia kind of way. It's more of like, man, I don't know, they just don't sound too original to me anymore. I don't really expect to care too much for this release. However, I'll give it a listen, and, hopefully I do enjoy it. We also have a new album from Green Day titled Saviors. This is another tough one because I love Green Day so much. Dookie's one of my favorite albums of all time. And kind of like Neck Deep, though, they've sort of lost their originality over time, specifically these last couple albums. I don't know. It feels like they're just kind of releasing music so they can try and stay relevant. Like Green Day is still around. Look, they're still putting out music, even though it isn't really up to par with any of their past stuff. And, it's really stupid to say that at the same time, because it's dumb to expect a band like this to continually produce things like Dookie and Nimrod. I mean, they got to move on from it. Their sound is going to change so much since those albums have come out. But I don't know. I don't really expect too much out of it, but I do expect a really fun album because Green Day is still really good at writing catchy songs. So I feel like that's, they got something going for them. We get a new single from Ingested titled Paragon of Purity. This is one of the most underrated deathcore bands around. Their last album, Ashes Lie Still, was phenomenal. I expect the single to be absolutely insane. I didn't do a review on their last album. I really wanted to, but there's just so much stuff coming out around that time where I wasn't able to get around to it. But that album is so good. Some of the best deathcore of that time was coming around, but then also it was 2022. I mean, there's a lot of deathcore stuff coming out that was so good. So these guys kind of got lost in it. If you haven't checked out that album, definitely do so. And I'm so much looking forward to this single. We also have a single from Animate titled Sleepless, Deathbed, dropping a lot of people's album of the year of 2023. This single has a lot of anticipation going ahead of it. I think they're going to be able to live up to it, though. These guys are on a roll. They're writing such great music. They got super good melodies. The vocalists are really, I don't know, I feel like they're coming into their own, because that was a problem I really had with Animate before. Specifically the distorted vocalists. I don't know, it just wasn't really doing it too much for me. His vocals, I don't know, they're almost a little too staticky at times, if that really makes sense. But it's kind of grown on me, and he's developed a deeper kind of tone. and a smoother tone, if that even makes sense for a distorted vocalist. But yeah, I mean, he's sounding really good. Their last album, Heavener, was a thing of beauty. And I feel like if any band could do it again, it's going to be these guys. We get a new single from LANDMVRKS titled Creature. Their last album wasn't as impactful as I was hoping for it to be. The singles were so freaking good, and then come to find out the singles were the best things that were on there. The deep cuts just weren't hitting like I feel like they could have. And I don't know, they were experimenting. They were trying some new stuff, which I really appreciate. It just wasn't firing in all cylinders yet. And because I feel like this band has so much potential in terms of the musicians and vocalists and their songwriting, I feel like they just need to keep trying new stuff. And eventually they're going to get something that's going to hit and it's going to stick. And this band is just going to take off because, yeah, it's there. I feel like they're like this close to coming out with a track or an album that's just going to blow everybody out of the water. We also get a new single from the P.O.D and You titled Closure. And yeah, I don't know. I kind of liked their last album, not going to lie. They had a decent sound. It was a little weird, kind of like LANDMVRKS in terms of trying new things. And I hope they keep bringing that out of the box ideas to this new single and the new album they're going to be coming out with. I'm not going to listen to any of the singles because, like I said before, it kills it for me. I'm going to wait until the album comes out when I do the full review on it. That way I go into it fresh and I'm not like, oh, I remember this song and thinking I hated it because it was just a single, which I don't know. I don't know why. Singles just don't hit me like I feel like they should. And I enjoy a full album in terms of the whole storyline. And I feel like the P.O.D and You, I feel like you need to listen to the whole album in order to really get. Sure, there might be a couple bangers there, but I feel like they're really good at coming up with themes. We get a new single from P.O.D titled I Won't Back Down. I saw that they dropped a single a few weeks ago featuring Randy Bly from Lamb of God, something I never thought would happen. I'm excited for any new P.O.D just for the sake of pure nostalgia. This is one of the bands that got me into heavier music, so they will always have a special place in my heart. I'm going to listen to this one, and even if it sucks, I'm just going to enjoy the heck out of it. We also get a new single from Sulfur titled Hivemind featuring Lucas Nikolai from Mental Cruelty. Just two of the best, I don't know. I feel like this is like a match made in heaven between these two vocalists. This is also some of the best black and deathcore music around. They blew up basically overnight. They've only been around for like 3 years. They got like a handful of singles and one album, and they're doing so good. I'm not really a fan of the clean singing, admittedly. It's not bad. I don't know. It just doesn't fit the vibe of most of their music. I hope that this single just brings a brutality that the rest of the song around this clean singing tends to have, because that's what always ends up winning me over. Sure, I'm not a fan of clean singing, but when you got the rest of the stuff just kicking ass like it does, I mean, you can't help but love it. And that is it for New Music Friday. Like I said before, if I missed something that you're looking forward to, don't forget to leave a comment below. There's a lot of stuff coming out this week and a lot of stuff that I was unfamiliar with. So there's a good chance that you're going to recommend something that is going to be completely new to me. So everybody, including myself, will get a chance to listen to some new music. And again, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like. If you want to help support me and my channel, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell icon. Doing any of that stuff helps me out tremendously. And I appreciate you guys more than you could ever imagine. And thank you so much for taking time out of your day to listen to me sit here and talk about music. And I hope you have a good rest of your day or night whenever you happen to be watching this. And I'll talk to you guys next time.